All right, this is a quick demo of the new ToolBox feature that I just added to the extension. It's a little hard to explain in the text, but this should show it off. So now when you open and install the latest version of the application and downloaded the latest DLL, you will notice there's a new option called Epicor Customization Toolbox. This can only be run or should only be run when you have an active customization loaded. But when you do that, it actually does a couple of things. One of them is it launches Epicor just like it does before, uh, but it creates a little toolbox for you that you can use in your project. And what it does is it allows you to live edit the code as well as use a bunch of other Epicor features natively without you having to jump in and out of Epicor. So here we go. So the Epicor toolbox is this little form that pops up. It gives you the name of the customization you're currently working on, as well as a bunch of other options. Tracing options are in here. So if you're doing some testing or you want to run some testing, simply click tracing option will bring up the tracing screen just like it does in Epicor, and you can enable, disable, clear, apply just like you do normally. Data dictionary will literally spin up and open up the data dictionary viewer within Epicor. So if you want to look up some stuff, figure out what fields are and things like that, you'll get that built in. Extended property maintenance does the same thing. BAQ entry again launches BAQ entry, and menu maintenance does as expected. The other option in here is the run, test, and debug options. If you check the auto sync up on run settings, what it will do is it'll keep a live connection between your script and the toolbox. So for example, if I go down here and I say, does this work? Question mark, and I hit save, and I go back and hit run, because I have the auto sync up on run, it will take the latest copy of my script and automatically apply it to my customization. So that does this work, pops right up. Okay, and this works both ways. So if I were to go in edit mode and make some changes to, say, add a new control to my form, um, or change the text or something like that, it would automatically push those changes back out for me. So basically, this is a way to live edit your customization while working directly in Visual Studio Code as well as in Epicor. So I can go in here now and change this from does this works to yes it does, and maybe I will create a new button or a new label. Let's create a new label here. We're going to call a label 2, and we're going to set its text to hello. All right, and it's epi label C2. So we're going to copy that and save it. All right, so that's all well and good. So we're going to close out, and we're going to close out. And as soon as we do that, it's going to download the latest copy of um, our customization into Visual Studio Code. So you can see back here that now we have yes it does. But not only do we have yes it does, we also have our label, epi label 2, as well as all the properties that come with that label, including our label text and everything else. So here's our label text of hello. And not only that, but we should immediately also have the ability to use label text in our code and get some autocomplete out of it. So maybe I want to change that text now to say no way and save it. And again, if I go back to my toolbox and I simply say sync up run, it should spin it up and give me the latest version. So it's basically a way for you to live edit the code and go back and forth between them. Now, once you have run the customization, it will cache it because Epicor has cache, and that's a nice feature of it. But in our case, if we want to be able to go back and forth, we probably want to use the edit feature, the edit mode every time while we're editing back and forth. So again, what that will do is it will ensure that the latest copy is downloaded. So now we have our label hello. It should change to no way when we hit the button, and it does. So the code synced up, everything worked as it should, and it functions quite nicely. And it also, last but not least, allows us to live debug. Again, we can simply hit the debug option, and it will once again launch the form in edit mode. So it will launch the form in developer mode for debug. You can still use the default Visual Studio debug, that won't change. But if you want to use our debugger, the dnSpy debugger, you simply launch it with the debug option, select the form and hit OK, and it will spin up Epicor, and it will also launch dnSpy and basically hook it up to the script. So right here, we are now in our live script, and we can put we can put a break in here. And so basically now when we click this, it should hit our breakpoint and we can step through our code just like normal. All right. So there you go. And then when you're done debugging, you can hit stop here, exit out of the NSPY, exit out of your form, and go back and make some more changes. So that's what the toolbox does. I can add a few extra screens and options to the menu, but for the time being, I think this should be enough. Let me know how it works for you. All right, cool. Thanks.